Everclear's headlining full tour will stop in Henderson this Saturday, and before that, the band is releasing its platinum-selling album, Songs from an American Movie Volume 1, on vinyl for the first time ever. To get the lowdown on all of that, there is no better person to chat with than the band's founder, vocalist, and guitarist, Art Alexakis. Art, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm very good. I was just recanting earlier on today and listening to some Everclear on the way into the studio in the car. World of Noise came out over 30 years ago. Did you honestly expect back in 1993 you would still be touring, still talking about Everclear, still playing to sell out stadiums? Was this even on your radar back then?
No. No. When I made that record, by the way, good morning, Elliott. Thanks for having me. When I made that record, I made it for $400. I made it in a basement studio, and it was basically just to do a demo of everything, all the songs we had. We had 12 songs, and I wasn't sure about the players. I wasn't sure about this band. I didn't know if it had that thing, that distinguishable, indescribable thing that special music has. And because I'd never heard it recorded. So I went in and recorded. Took us a week, 40 hours, $10 an hour, $400. And then I'm like, that, pretty good. And I send it out all over the Northwest to radio stations and venues and newspapers. And within 3 weeks, everybody was raving about it. And it was a thing. And that's what kicked us off.
Yeah, here we are 31 years later, countless string of hits underneath your belt. You're on constant rotation on the channels like Lithium on Sirius XM. So this tour, anything new and different that the fans can expect if they have seen or haven't seen Everclear perform live?
That's a really good question. You know, like you said before, Songs from American Movie Volume 1, Learning How to Smile, our fourth album, came out in 2000, and Capitol Records was supposed to put it out on vinyl, and they told me they didn't want to do it. And they told me to go sue them because they just didn't want to do vinyl. Now vinyl, no one knew it. Vinyl's a great big deal now, and so we're putting it out now. It's out on yellow vinyl and for a limited edition, and it just sounds great. So. In honor of that, we're playing some deep tracks off that record. We already play the hits. We play AM radio, wonderful. But now we're doing Songs from American Movie Volume 1. We're doing Part 1. We're doing some other deep songs on there. So that's different on this tour. But we're also playing all the other hits, all the other fan favorites. So it's an Everclear show. But there's just, you're going to hear a few songs on this that you would have heard last year, you know?
Yeah.
And next year, it's going to be the 30th anniversary of Sparkle and Fade with Santa Monica on it. So that's going to be a big deal. And we're doing a remastered 30th anniversary version of that with Capitol. So that's going to be cool.
It's great to see so many bands that, especially that I grew up with, that I love hearing, you're one of them as well. And then you're also touring with Marcy Playground and Jimmie's Chicken Shack. How are you looking forward to that?
Well, we're already on tour. We're heading to the third show right now. I'm in the back of the bus. We're driving down to Bend, Oregon from Portland. So that's the second show on there. The first two shows were sellouts. Tonight looks like it's going to go clean. The next 2 or 3 days look like they're gonna sell out, and it's just right now people a lot of excitement about 90s rock and roll and about this tour. Like you said, Marcy Playground. I've toured with both these bands over the years, but I'm very close with John and all the guys at Marcy Playground, and we're just it's great to have them. They just killed it last night or the night before in Portland. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
and Jimmie's great too.
Yeah, you've been very open with a number of different things with your lyrics and your music. And something else, if you don't mind me moving on to a little bit more personal, it's been 5 years since your MS diagnosis. How are you doing? How do you prep for such an extensive tour and make sure you're ready physically and mentally every night to perform on stage?
Oh, thanks for asking, and I appreciate that. actually, Elliott, it's 8 years since my diagnosis. It's 5 years since I made it public. I got diagnosed in 2016, but I didn't come out with the, I sent a letter out to fans and social media that went viral in 2019. So, it is what it is. I'm on a good medication. I swim every day when I'm home. Hard to do on the road. So I try to make up for it with exercise. We got bikes out here that we ride, and just trying to stay active and watch my diet and do my meds, and just celebrate what I got and not bemoan or be sad about what I don't have. I'm 62 years old. I'm clean and sober 35 years. I'm grateful for that, and I'm grateful for the life I have. And I get fatigued, so I learned how to. You asked about that. I learned how to, take naps before shows. And actually, I got all the other guys in the band doing it too. We're all in our 50s and 60s, I'm in my 50s. And a little nap before the show is not a bad idea for anyone.
Well, we appreciate your time. We appreciate your openness about a number of different issues. And we wish you nothing but the best. And we're excited to see you in Las Vegas.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Everclear will be in Henderson this Saturday with Marcy Playground and Jimmie's Chicken Shack. To learn more and info on tickets, head to everclearmusic.com.